have some interesting news in this week regarding AMD. They have approved a $6 billion buyback program for the company. Also, they are doing some interesting business in Middle East, in Saudi Arabia. So this is basically what we are going to talk about today. Some of you might not understand what a share buyback means. We're going to talk a bit about that, and also in broader terms what it means for the company. So let's enjoy the ride. Okay, this is the AMD investor relations page, and this is where they announce their latest news that could be interesting for the investors. Most of the public companies have this type of information, and I find it very it has proven me many times that it's very useful to enter investor relation pages on the companies you invest in to read about the news. And this is where we find that AMD announces the new $6 billion share repurchase authorization. So I just go in there, and here we have the press release that I read and heard about. And this release also made the news. For example, CNBC, etc. They talked about the announcement here, and this happened on the 14th of May, where the board of directors approved a new $6 billion share repurchase program for AMD. So this is a lot, because before this they had $4 billion. So this is now a $10 billion approved repurchase authority. So it's a lot of money, especially for a company like AMD, who historically has not have a lot of cash flow. It's just recently that they have really improved the cash flow to really solid levels. And the cash flow of a company is always crucial. So they are saying here that our expanded share repurchase program reflects the board's confidence in AMD's strategic direction, growth prospects, and ability to consistently generate strong free cash flow, said the AMD chair and CEO Lisa Su. So what this tells us is that the roadmap AMD has, the launches, the products, the demand from companies around the world and private persons also are very, very solid. They are so good that they can actually, instead of investing $6 billion in growth, instead of saving the money, improving the balance sheet, they can buy their own shares back from the market at the listing price. So basically, if we are at the moment in time where stock price of AMD is $100, they can buy back shares for $100 each, and they can do this up to $10 billion. So this just shows that the company are very feels very good about their strategic position, short term and long term. And as an investor, this should be very, very good news. And we did see in the market that it was a positive reaction for AMD regarding the news here that was presented. This is the type of news that Wall Street loves, because it tells Wall Street that the company has long-term belief. Instead of bleeding money, they can actually reinvest in the company. And the good thing with being able to repurchase shares is that they can, for example, attract very competent people into the company, and they can reward the people with stock options, etc. Stock options often dilute the number of shares. So if you don't want the shares to grow, you need to buy back a lot of shares also. So this will help them attract more competent people to the company long term. And also it's a great way to pay people without getting the salaries taxed away. So it's a very efficient way for companies to grow. So it's a great way for the growth companies to actually attract very competent personnel. So that is one thing. And also, this will make the number of shares outstanding shrink, putting pressure on the share price, putting upward pressure on the share price. And as an investor, you want to see that the share price is just not stuck. You want to see it grow long term, to have some momentum behind it, like it has been with Nvidia stock and with the Tesla stock, etc. If you have that momentum, the buying pressure, etc., it's easy for you to get a bit more buying pressure on the stock. And in the end of the day, people don't have endless patience. They want to see some movement. They want to get their money back, at least in a 3 to 5 year horizon. And this has not been the case for AMD investors the latest 3 to 5 years. But now we have a great opportunity because the stock hasn't really moved a lot, despite a lot of great efforts and by the leadership of AMD. A lot of great products. They have grown, they have gained market share, they have been innovating, etc. So I think there are a lot of things in there that hasn't been priced in the stock yet, and that is why I have um, taken a big position in AMD, a big position in terms of compared to my other positions. So I feel very strong about the prospect of the stock, even though as always saying, you should always do your own due diligence before you buy any stocks. I am a controller. I work with economy. I analyze income statements, balance sheets, etc. But in the end of the day, I'm not an authorized financial advisor, so you should do your own due diligence before you invest in companies. So they are saying that this is driving strong shareholder returns. This is what I said, putting buying pressure on the share price. They can also uh, continue, obviously. They are saying that they have the money to continue to grow and invest in the company and returning capital to the owners. So it just shows that they have a lot of power in this company at the moment, a lot of belief. I also did find another news here that was very interesting. That AMD and Humane formed strategic $10 billion collaboration to advance global AI. $10 billion is a lot for a company like AMD. And you might say, Humane, what is that? Well, that is the Middle East. It's Saudi Arabia. So now AMD are taking strides into the huge opportunity of Saudi Arabia. And as you know, America has been down there in Saudi Arabia lately doing a lot of business, and AMD is really in this type of race now, providing growth opportunities for US exports, but also for Saudi Arabia and their AI strides. So it's a landmark agreement to build the world's most open, scalable, resilient, and cost-efficient AI infrastructure. And for AMD, they are really trying to push this cost-effective AI infrastructure. I feel like also when I've heard the CEO of Microsoft talk lately, the scalable, cost-efficient AI infrastructure, also efficient in terms of energy consumption, is really the future. The company that can provide cost-efficient, energy-efficient AI infrastructure will be the winner. It do not have to be the company that has the faster products or maybe the most innovative products. It could be the company that can combine the things and really have a cost efficient and an energy efficient product, because we don't have endless amount of energy and we do not have endless amount of cash in the world. So I figure this is where AMD might be a sleeper. This is where they can maybe take some market share from Nvidia, despite not being better as a whole in the AI space. This is the type of sales pitch they can do to gain market share, and I feel like they are building up some momentum here. So obviously, they will power the global intelligence through a network of AMD-based AI computing centers, stretching from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to the United States. So finally, we see the full breadth and width of the AMD product here. They have bought some companies lately, from Exilink to the latest acquisition. Now I forgot the name, but they can really build most of the AI products and the racks, etc., to have the infrastructure in house. So they are really the one competitor with Nvidia in this space, and doing it very, very good. And actually, AMD do not have to win against Nvidia and be the number one in the world to have the share price explode upward. They just have to be a little bit better than they have been, and I think they are really showing us. They are, for every generation of products they are delivering, I feel like they are getting closer and closer and closer to Nvidia. And this is why I feel like at the moment I have my money in AMD instead of Nvidia. Also, the market cap of AMD is about, what can it be, 250 billion dollars, while the market cap of Nvidia is like 3.5 trillion dollars or something. So it's so much growth potential if they can grow closer in terms of execution to Nvidia. So even though if Nvidia is bigger, AMD just have to grow closer to really have a better development of their stock price. So this is where some investors go wrong. They might think, oh, that company is doing better and more people are buying that company's products at the moment. Well, but if the other company are actually gaining some market share and getting closer to the bigger company, maybe it's better to have your money inside of that company if you invest. So don't get tricked by that. So they are saying that at AMD we have a bold vision to enable the future of AI everywhere, bring open high performance computing to every developer, AI startup, and enterprise around the world. So I like this, that AMD are saying that they are a company for the whole world. So hopefully they can continue to be a big player here in the Middle East, in Qatar, in Saudi Arabia. So this is something that I really look forward to, and I hope they can bring a lot of growth here long term. So here they are also saying it's an open invitation to the world's innovators, said Tarek Amin, CEO of Humane. We are democratizing AI at the compute level, ensuring the access to advanced AI. So Saudi Arabia do not want to be left behind. They know that oil money can't keep them a world leader in economics long term. They need to use the oil money for the future economic growth, like AI, robotics, etc. This is why they want to collaborate with USA and grow into the modern world, so to speak. So this is some of the products AMD will provide. The AI stack includes AMD Instinct GPUs, AMD EPYC CPUs, AMD Pensando DPUs. Pensando is one of the companies they bought. They have the Ryzen products that have been very successful the latest years, and also the AMD ROCm open software ecosystem with built-in support. So this is the software that has been a lot better lately for AMD. Even though NVIDIA is still a little bit better on the software side, AMD has really grown closer, which I really like. So yeah, this is basically what I wanted to talk about today, and I am so grateful for you watching the video here. And I would say until next time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And yeah, I see you.